Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be doing a video on the Gammatron 9000, which is the new assault rifle in Fortnite Save the World. Now, it's very seldom that I ever put the word best in my title, especially as of recently. I felt like that's kind of clickbaity, but in today's video, it's absolutely 100% true. The Gammatron 9000 is the best burst assault rifle in the entire game, and I cannot wait to jump into the video and showcase you guys the potential of this weapon. In my personal opinion, this weapon is a definite top 5 for me, and it's definitely one of the most strong assault rifles in the game, despite being locked to energy. If you guys do want to pick up a Gammatron 9000 for yourself, go to the item shop, go to the loot tab, and then buy yourself some Sci-Fi llamas for 500 summer tickets. If you guys missed my video yesterday, we ended up opening 20 Sci-Fi llamas, so make sure you go and check that out. But let's go and take a look at the Gammatron 9000 and kind of take a look at its perks really quick. So for me personally, I have not been that lucky. I have opened about, I believe, like 4 Gammatron 9000s, and none of them have really been the one that you're looking for. So this right here is the Gammatron 9000 in and of itself. In my personal opinion, one of the coolest looking weapons in the game easily. I love the retro sci-fi style of this weapon, but I want to go ahead and go over the best perks with this gun for you guys. So go to modify perks and check this out. So what you want to do is you want to have a crit rating right here, a crit damage right here, another crit damage right here, and a mag size. Now the reason that I personally have not maxed out my own Gammatron is because your 6th perk is absolutely essential when deciding what kind of Gammatron that you really want to level up here. If you do want to make your Gammatron 9000 into a crit build, this is the Gammatron 9000 that you are going to want to go for, which is this one right here. The last perk that you're going to want is each shot fired grants 1.8 crit rating for 1 second, and this will stack up to 15 times. Now this Gammatron 9000 was given to me by Deathgrip, so Deathgrip, I really do appreciate that. Thank you for allowing me to make this video. You're really going to want the 6th perk because of your crit chance. Your crit chance is 38%. Of course, your crit hit damage with the right build will be 545%, and with such a high fire rate, this last perk is absolutely essential to melting anything in your way. Now, I love the new perks that have come with this update. Don't get me wrong. The new perks that have come with this update are absolutely fantastic. If I were to go to one of my more recently leveled up weapons, I have the new pistol that I ended up leveling up. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. I actually completely missed it. It was at the top. This pistol right here, the Blastatron Mini, I've actually been leveling it up, and it has a final perk right here, which says critical hits cause 7 exploding projectiles to scatter. Now, technically, the best perk for this one as well would be each shot would give you extra crit rating, but for this pistol in particular, it actually does enough damage to where I actually prefer this final 6 perk. Now, I do still need to level it up, of course, but your boy's low on reperk. But there are some cases where these perks are definitely useful, but I feel as though if you are going to level up a Gammatron 9000, please make sure that you have this final perk right here, or you will be missing out on a lot of damage due to your low crit chance. Now, if we were to take a look at the stats of this weapon, of course, we have some pretty good damage, some very good headshot damage. The crit chance is low, but the 6th perk makes up for that. The crit hit damage is very high. The fire rate is extremely high. The mag size is the size of an LMG at 92. The range is 4096. Reload time is pretty quick at a 2.8. I would say that's not too bad. And the impact is 448.5. Now, of course, like I said, a crit rate double crit damage build is your best option here with this 6th perk. This weapon absolutely shreds. But let's go ahead and take a look at the hero loadout that you want to be using with this weapon. So of course, Tactical Assault Sledgehammer, the best assault hero in the game. Of course, he will give you 225% extra assault critical damage. Accidentally backed out. My team perk, I go with Keep Out because I really like to have those good grenades essentially. For the support team, I go with Waste Not Want Not to allow me to have an even bigger magazine size from Light Show Spitfire. I go with Assault Damage from Rescue Trooper Havoc. You of course can also get Rescue Trooper Ramirez in this slot. It does not have to be Havoc. I have Mad Tiger sightings from crack shot. Every single shot is going to give me an extra stack of damage to allow me to do more. Startup is the same way, except it caps out at 25. This comes from Bulletstorm Jonesy. And the final perk, or the final hero in our support team, is Cyberclops. And in my opinion, this is another essential hero, definitely one of the best heroes in this update. Energy damage has a 20% chance to zap nearby enemies for 58% of damage dealt. 1/5 of every single bullet that comes out of your Gammatron is going to have a chance to zap onto another enemy, or essentially bullet chain. This would do a lot of damage as soon as it starts adding up. Cyberclops is definitely needed to make this energy weapon even more powerful. Now what we're going to do is we are going to jump into 2 different smasher tests alone in a solo match, of course, making sure that I'm not getting buffed by any of my teammates. And we are going to get a power level 100 smasher, and we are going to get a power level 140 smasher, and I'm going to showcase exactly what this weapon can do. So I will see you guys then. Alrighty boyos, so here we are with a power level 100 smasher with our power level 130 Gammatron. Of course, I just became one with the smasher. Here we are with the smasher with, of course, our 130 Gammatron, maxed out perks and everything like that we just looked over. So we're going to go ahead and see exactly how fast we can kill this bad boy. Of course, he is an element, so we will be doing 75% damage. And here is a demonstration of the damage of the Gammatron. And just like that, the smasher is already deleted. That was actually pretty quick. The damage of this gun is absolutely ridiculous. It is fantastic. I mean, as soon as you start looking into all the variables of the test that we just did. Now, of course, he's power level 100. We're using a power level 130 weapon, and we're power level 131. But as soon as you look into the variables of all the disadvantages that we're at, you really see how good of a weapon this is. Not only are we in a game by ourselves, so we're not getting buffed by any of our teammates, but if we were to take a look at our hero loadout, the main damage output of our weapon is based off of doing damage to other enemies because of the bullet chain, as well as building up our damage over time as we hold the trigger. This is true in our loadout, and it's true on the rolls of the weapon because of its 6th perk. Being able to start up this weapon from a full magazine at 92 and still being able to delete a smasher, by the way, we're only doing 75% damage. Being able to delete a smasher like that, as you guys could see right there, you guys could see the bullet chain potential of that little zap with that other that little huskling. Just the fact that we're at so many disadvantages, 75% damage, we have to build up our damage, and we're still able to absolutely delete the smasher. It's absolutely insane for this gun. This is one of the best weapons in the game, by far one of the best burst assault rifles in the game. Let's go ahead and do a smasher test on a power level 140 smasher, and then after that I'm going to showcase some gameplay of this weapon in pretty much true action, and then I'll just kind of give you guys my opinions on it and my overall thoughts. So let's go ahead and find that other smasher. Alrighty boyos, so here we are in a power level 128 zone, and I already found my little smasher boy up here. So we're going to go ahead and conduct tests and see exactly how fast we can deplete this entire man's career. So I'm going to go ahead and wake him up really quick, have him do a little bit of lemon smash, and that actually kind of hurt a little bit. Going to have him rush down here, and then we'll see exactly how much damage we can do. There we go. Oh, he went the complete opposite way. But here we go. Let's go and see how much damage we can do on this 140 smasher. Of course, he's non-elemental, so we have all of our potential damage here. And as you guys could see, that is absolutely ridiculous. It took a little over half of a magazine to actually kill this guy. But let's just kind of take a look at this really quick. That was some insane time to kill. And again, going over, you know, what we just went over, the only thing that wasn't the same in this test as it was the last test is that smasher was not elemental. So of course we were getting our, you know, full potential damage out of it. It's just insane to think that this weapon right here is an energy weapon, and it's got more potential than almost most assault rifles in the game. This weapon makes me think as though I'm not even in a high power level zone because of how fast I'm able to kill certain enemies. I mean, this little husky husk over here, he just ceases to exist, you know? And with this build, you know, it's a build up in damage. Whenever you look at the loadout and whenever you look at the actual, you know, perks on the weapon, you build up your damage over time, and even then, your initial startup period of how much damage you're going to be putting out is still absolutely ridiculous. Just knowing that this weapon is an energy weapon, and the majority of the time you're going to be doing reduced damage because of it being energy and not being element specific, on top of still being able to delete enemies at a faster pace than most other weapons in the game. This thing is ridiculous. If you guys have not picked this weapon up yet, definitely make sure that you do, but I'm going to go ahead and go on over to the gameplay overview portion of the video, give you guys pretty much all of my general thoughts on the weapon, and hopefully sway you guys into actually leveling this thing up as soon as possible, because if you like assault rifles, you are going to love the Gammatron. So let's go ahead and jump into that. Alrighty boyos, so here we are at the gameplay overview portion of the video for the Gammatron 9000. Now the gameplay you guys will be seeing in the background is some Deliver the Bomb gameplay in a 4x mission. I believe we are fighting 128 power level husks. Of course I'm in a full squad and all that kind of stuff, using the exact same loadout I showcased you guys and the exact same weapon build that I showed you guys as well, the same crit build and all of that. So let's go ahead and talk about the Gammatron 9000 and just kind of my general thoughts at first whenever I was looking at this weapon set. I mean, of course, whenever this weapon set dropped, everybody was worried. I think just about everybody was a little bit worried because the theme that they went with was retro sci-fi, and I absolutely love the theme that they went with overall, but because of the theme being retro sci-fi, everybody was worried that the weapons being locked to energy was going to be a really bad thing. I mean, if we looked at the previous Neon set with the Argon Assault Rifle and stuff like that, I mean, the Argon Assault Rifle wasn't that good, you know? Whenever you look at it like a generic energy assault rifle, the Argon Assault Rifle was not worth your energy cells, let alone your time to even be using it, as you're going to be doing 75% damage. Now, the Mercury LMG, of course, was what the Argon Assault Rifle couldn't be because of its final perk, allowing it to do a lot more extra damage. So whenever I first got my hands on the Gammatron, whenever Death Grip leveled it up, you know, we were streaming on Twitch, he ended up leveling it up, he gave it to me. Whenever I first tried this weapon out, I gotta say, I was absolutely blown away. I first started using it on a hero that wasn't even built for assault rifles, and I was still shredding every single thing that got in my path. This weapon surprised me in every which way, and it's definitely worth using over any other energy assault rifle in my opinion. I would even use this weapon over the Merc LMG easy. You know, a lot of people's concerns are stuff like, well, you're going to be doing 75%, you know, damage because of the fact that it's locked to energy. But with the damage output and the crit potential and the fire rate and the magazine size of this weapon, it's like you can just forget that. I mean, take a look at this gameplay of myself and Death Grip and our teammate with the bundle bus absolutely melting the health of this mini boss. I mean, it's like our teammate's bundle bus didn't even exist at that point because of how much damage both of our Gammatrons were able to put out. Using this weapon, you know, and using it with energy cells, of course, is 100% not even a thought in my mind because of how much damage I'm doing. It's almost as though I'm not even using energy at all. I absolutely love this weapon. I think if you guys have not leveled this up already, you should definitely give it a try. This weapon is completely based off of ramping up your damage, but it's not even a problem in the slightest. I mean, whenever you think about it, a weapon that's going to have to ramp up its damage over time, as well as being a burst weapon, is going to kind of be a bad thing whenever you think about it. But whenever you take a look at the, you know, just base damage potential of this weapon, mixed with the fact that its fire rate is insanely fast, it's, you know, right below a Bobcat whenever you make, you know, this weapon Shadow Shard. This thing is insane. You got an insane fire rate mixed with your magazine size, mixed with the crit potential, mixed with just the overall damage that it can do just normally. This weapon is fantastic, regardless of the 75% reduced damage, regardless of having to craft energy cells. This weapon is 100% worth your time and definitely worth leveling up, perking up, and getting a loadout dedicated to, as it will absolutely shred anything in its path. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the Gammatron 9000, as in my opinion, and this is hard for me to say, but as much as I love the Wraith and how much the Wraith has been my favorite gun in the game since it came out, the Gammatron 9000 is easily my favorite assault rifle in the entire game, and I would definitely argue that it is not only the best burst assault rifle, that is an easy title to give it, but one of the best assault rifles in the game despite being an energy weapon. But guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below about the Gammatron 9000. As for me, this weapon is definitely one of the best that we've seen in a while. Anyways guys, make sure to subscribe if you are new around here. I make videos like this almost every single day. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.